Will the next pandemic be on the Metaverse? We're witnessing the dawn of a new age of digital exploration, and you won't believe how many pandemics are posing threats to the digital universe. The Metaverse gradually progresses from just a buzzword to a concept gaining serious traction. When the digital universe is fully adopted, it'll significantly change how humans interact with one another. However, this new medium in which people can connect online in enhanced ways can open up new possibilities of a virtual pandemic. Today's video looks at the various challenges of the digital universe and how a pandemic can take place. We'll also explore the importance of individual responsibility regarding safety in the virtual world and how education and prevention can prevent falling prey to the pandemic. Today's internet activity can be described as a 2D encounter. The Metaverse is a 3D experience that can use augmented reality or AR, virtual reality, VR, and continuous interconnection to create an immersive world. Instead of spending 20 to 30 minutes a day switching between apps, consumers spend hours engaging in much more realistic actions. The digital universe experience is genuine as an immersive realm, and the toxic conduct in that setting is actual. Virtual reality places are designed to fool the user into believing they are physically in a specific space and that their every body motion is taking place in a 3D world. It's one of the reasons why emotions can be more intense in that environment and why VR elicits the same physiological and psychological responses. Apart from these difficulties, most heinous crimes in the real world might easily find their way into the virtual world if developers fail to implement adequate preventative systems. Many of us wish we could travel back in time and return to a simpler time, a time when the word pandemic wasn't thrown around so casually. Wouldn't it be wonderful if touching a stranger didn't put you in danger of contracting a possibly fatal illness? In a sense, we happen to have that power, and our desire to escape a world plagued by pandemics is moving us ahead into a disease-free alternate reality. We're all going into the Metaverse to do practically everything we can think of, both exotic and mundane. Although we may not recognize it, the pandemic has significantly impacted the Metaverse boom. There is no doubt the Metaverse as a mirror to real life was inevitable, with friends and family constantly scattering to the winds as they chase better jobs, opportunities to own homes, and other goals. However, will users experience another pandemic in a world designed to enable them to escape from the real-life pandemic? Actual world issues like pandemics and sexual harassment can arise in the digital realm, but not always in the same way they do in the real world. It's difficult to translate a virtual pandemic into health difficulties that hinder people or users from connecting or going about their regular lives. Cybersecurity concerns will primarily determine the likelihood of the next pandemic occurring in the Metaverse. Cybercriminals will have plenty of possibilities thanks to the Metaverse's nature and the data it generates. Let's look at some of the digital universe's cyber issues and how they can lead to a pandemic. In the aftermath of introducing new and innovative technologies, cybersecurity solutions are frequently presented. Developers will need to learn how to code in the future, but they'll also need to be aware of the necessity of cybersecurity measures as they design new applications. However, as things stand now, security is often an afterthought for new technologies. Some of the cybersecurity concerns with this new technology will be comparable to what we've seen on the internet before. The growth of cybercrime in recent months has highlighted how profitable it can be to hack into a company's or an individual's internet accounts. Cryptocurrencies and non-fungible tokens or NFTs are widely used in the Metaverse, and they might be appealing targets for hackers for a variety of reasons. However, the Metaverse is likely to offer new cybercrimes due to its architecture. This will be in addition to the usual phishing, malware, and hacking. It's not as simple as posting a bad internet review or smashing the glass behind the shop to take anything in the Metaverse. With several layers of augmented or virtual reality concealing attackers' genuine identities, legal retribution for victims of theft or harassment is difficult or impossible. Another concern with the Metaverse is its reliance on hardware to experience it. External digital devices such as virtual reality headsets are essential to the Metaverse, yet they can readily fall prey to hackers if left unguarded. The information collected by these headsets or any other wearable gadgets that will be undoubtedly launched in the future can be susceptible. Data that falls into the wrong hands can quickly blackmail threats or fuel a cybercriminal's social engineering scheme. Furthermore, the intellectual property might be more challenging to defend when individuals and corporations live in the actual world and the metaverse. However, new technology is frequently produced and released before cybersecurity issues are addressed. When consumers realize that cutting-edge IoT products like smart assistants, innovative home security systems, fitness trackers, and other devices had very rudimentary cybersecurity built in, regulations had to shift to safeguard these customers. The absence of proper legislation to protect users and govern developers' activity is a significant problem that we must address. When users are attacked or targeted in the metaverse, it raises questions about the trustworthiness of the metaverse, which is sure to harm the user experience. The digital world is primarily meant to assist individuals in continuing their lives during the epidemic. It'll be tragic if a new pandemic breaks out on a platform designed to provide an escape from a real-life epidemic. Let's take a look at the idea of a virtual epidemic spreading through Facebook's Metaverse platform. As previously said, this pandemic will manifest itself as cybersecurity difficulties and obstacles. Facebook intends to concentrate on selling virtual products which, like advertising, will need the acquisition and use of personal information. Controlling data also allows for market control. Following the collection of personal data, digital corporations construct a barrier around it to prevent others from accessing it. It's conceivable to acquire a prospective rival by utilizing cash or shares produced via the high-margin exploitation of personal data. If purchasing a competitor fails, the corporation may simply destroy it by denying it access to the data it needs to compete with a copycat service based on the incumbent's data trove. Those having the data to make the new virtual activities meaningful to the user will have an early edge in the metaverse. The consequence is similar to today's internet environment, in which people with data hoard it to control the market. Sexual harassment is one of the most severe dangers to realizing the full potential of the digital world and providing a satisfying user experience. According to Meta, a beta tester reported something unsettling on November 26th. She'd been molested by a stranger on Horizon Worlds. Meta disclosed on December 1st that she had shared her Horizon Worlds beta testing experience on Facebook. According to Meta's internal investigation, the beta tester should have utilized a tool called Safe Zone, which is part of a suite of safety precautions incorporated into Horizon Worlds. When users feel endangered, they can activate Safe Zone, a protective bubble. No one will ever touch them, talk to them, or engage with them until they indicate that the safe zone should be lifted. According to The Verge, her essay stated that sexual assault is no laughing matter on the ordinary internet, but that being in VR adds another layer that intensifies the event. Not only was I molested last night, but there were others around who encouraged it, making me feel alone in the plaza. Sexual assault and harassment in virtual worlds is nothing new, and it's unrealistic to expect these problems to disappear completely. As long as some would hide behind their computers to avoid moral responsibility, there will be a problem. They will continue to occur. Do you love to get more exciting videos on the metaverse? The question is, whose responsibility is it to make sure users are comfortable? How do we prevent the next pandemic from happening on the metaverse? Leave your answers in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and leave this video a like if you enjoyed it.